Shalom, shalom. First, we give all praise and glory to the Heavenly Father, which is Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shah being the Son, who people unknowingly call him Jesus Christ. Lord willing, you enduring, you praying, you fasting, you giving alms, you doing everything you need to do to make your calling and election sure in these last days. I want to give peace and blessings to whomsoever is watching this. I also want to give peace and blessings to whomsoever is not watching this, yet they believe in the Most High God, Yahweh. They believe in his son Yahweh Shah, and they're keeping the commandments in truth and sincerity. Now, I don't know why I would entitle this, but we're going to hop into angels, man. Angels. You have angels round about you. You may not know it. Just because you can't see something doesn't mean it's not there. You can't see Yahweh Shah, but you believe in Yahweh Shah. That's a faith. Let's get that precept first. That's faith, man. You have to have faith that Yahweh Shah is there. He's going to come back and deliver you. You have to have faith that you have angels run about you to keep you protected, man, to keep you safe. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11 and verse 1. And it reads, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." So when people say, I got faith, that means they're really saying they're hoping for something, but they can't see it. If you have faith to gain that, people say they got faith to gain that dream job. They can't see it right now, but they have plans for it, and they can see it in the future, right? You have faith that your house is going to come back. You never seen a so-called black man crack the sky before, but you have faith and hope that he's going to do so, man. You know it through the Spirit. Same thing in this context, man. You have to have faith that you have the Lord has angels round about you that camp round about you. Let's get that precept. Let's get this. Let's kick it off with Psalm 34 and verse 7. Because our forefathers, David, our forefathers, all of our they knew about the angels. Even Abraham, man, they knew about the angels, right? Paul, right? Let's go to Psalm 34 and verse 7. And it reads, "The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them." You see that? So if you fear the Most High God, you're doing everything in truth and sincerity, you have a whole camp. I be telling brothers, you have your own camp. Let's say your name is so-and-so. You have the camp of so-and-so, and you'll insert your name. The camp of Abaya, right? You have your own camp. A camp is just a congregation. Your camp, your whole congregation is your angels that tend to you, man, right? They protect you. They keep you away from evil. They keep you away from temptations, man. They fight off demons. There's not just one angel running about you. There's multiple angels running about you. You don't even know it. You may go to sleep. Let's say you driving home, right? You just driving home. You already had a bad day. You in your head. You thinking about this, that, and the third. You just driving down nowhere. You swerve this way, swerve that way. You just dodged a car crash. Now, who was that? Was it yourself that you did that? No, man. It was the angels running about you who did that, man. All of a sudden, you want to take that one road you never go down, but all of a sudden, I just want to spice it up. You go down a road, and you see on the news that the main road you usually take, it was a hit and run. Someone did a hit and run. Someone got shot up on that road. A lot of cops was on that road. You dodged a bullet, basically. Who was that? Was that you or the Lord? That was the Lord. Why? Because those angels are meant to protect you. Now, you might not even know it, man. You don't know how many bullets that you dodged in one day just because these angels the Lord sent was to protect you. If these angels wasn't around to protect you, you probably I'll be dead probably, man. Right? Not even I'll be dead if the Lord didn't keep me safe, man. Because let's get this precept. All right, let's go to 1 Samuel. Even David said he's one step. There's one step between him and death. Paraphrasing. Let's go to 1 Samuel 20. This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 20 and verse 3. And it reads, "And David swore moreover and said, Thy father certainly knoweth that I have found grace in thine eyes. And he saith, Let not Jonathan know this, lest he be grieved. But truly as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, there is but a step between me and death." Every time you step and you living, you dodging a bullet, man. You never knew. If you would have stepped right there, you probably would have stepped on a nail. I remember back then when I was younger, right, playing football in this field, we had this female, this girl, she was running. She stepped on a big nail. That nail went through her foot. You can see the nail come out the foot and everything, man. It was a big nail. And we was all running on that field. How come that didn't happen to me? It happened to her, So the same thing with you. You could be running, jogging, walking. You step on a snake and it bites you, man. That's the Lord protecting you and preserving you wherever you go. Now you might not know it. Well, I think you're getting too deep here. You're getting too spiritual. I'm not getting too spiritual. You know how easy it is for you to walk somewhere and that whole ceiling fan just knock you upside the head and you pass out. Now you're in the spiritual world, right? But all of a sudden, you don't go that way. You see the ceiling fans fall. You're like, dang, that could have been me. Yeah, it could have been you. But it wasn't you because you fear the Most High God and He keeps you in your very ways, man. Just know everywhere you go, every time you have a what's it called, a near-death experience that you almost died, but the Lord saved you out of it, always acknowledge the Lord because that was to the Most High God. He's showing you, look, I could have done it unto you, but I didn't. You see? So let's go back. Let's go back to Psalm 34 and verse 7. And it reads, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. The same way you have camps that go out to teach, all praise to the Most High, Lord willing, the Lord bless them and keep them in their ways. Right? The same way you have camps that goes out and teach in truth and sincerity, it's the same way you have angels run about you. That's a camp, man. Looking out for you. Men with a sword in their hand, making sure you're protected, man. All right, let's go to Psalm 91. They're not just cracking their toes and doing nothing. They're not just kicking back and watching you play Xbox all day, man. They're on go. They're looking for evil. They're fighting off demons. You don't even know it. You over here in wickedness. You might be in I don't know. Let's say in righteousness. You over here going to the history. You're in the Bible. You reading. You don't know that there's millions of angels, thousands of angels running about you, fighting off evil spirits, so that evil spirit don't take away the word from you, man. You don't know that. You think I'm on fire. I'm on fire, man. I'm going to the history. I'm reading. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. The only reason why you're on fire is because chiefly of the Most High God, by sending them angels to fight off those evil spirits. Because right when that evil spirit go on you, that unclean spirit, now all of a sudden you get tired. Now all of a sudden you don't want to read no more. You get slothful. That's an evil spirit, man. Right? So let's get Psalm chapter 91. All right, we're going to start at verse 9. This book of Psalm chapter 91 and verse 9, and it reads, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. You gotta understand, you have benefits in this truth. If you get a job after a certain amount of days, a 90-day period, you get certain benefits, man. Right? You get health insurance, dental care. You get all these different insurance benefits. Same thing with the Lord. This is a job, remember. We took the job on, we get paid a certain amount, and guess what? We have benefits as well. If you work at Walmart, their benefits not gonna protect you, man. When did they ever say they're going to give you bodyguards to protect you? Right? They never said that, man. But guess what? In this truth, the Lord, this is only one, man, out of millions of other promises and benefits. The Lord gives you bodyguards, man, to keep you in your way. When you're walking, right, and that evil spirit try to come, you don't even know it. Hey, the angel, get out the way, man. Make way, the king is coming, right? Because you're a king. And what does king have? Bodyguards, security guards, for lack of better words, man. You have security guards run about them to protect them. So if you're a king and a princess, and you believe in the Most High God, you believe in Yahweh, you have, for lack of better terms, bodyguards around you, and you don't even know it, man. You know how powerful you are if you actually see these angels run about you, who's 10 foot, 7 foot, I don't know how tall they are, so-called black muscular men, right? Who's perfect in their ways, who has a sword, and they're not afraid, there's no respect to persons, they're not afraid to get busy with it. You'll be walking with boldness. I'll be walking with more confidence, more boldness, man. Right? But hey, man, you never know how, it'd be crazy out here. Right? Hey, man, on the highways and byways, they won't even be timid. They'll be shaking their hand. They'll be bold, man. They'll be studying on fire. Right? But this is the book of Psalm, chapter 91, and verse 10 again. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. You wonder why you prosper in this thing. Because you believe in the Most High God, Yahweh. You believe in His Son, Yahweh, and you're keeping the commandments in truth and sincerity. So just because of that, the Lord has angels running about you to keep evil away from you. You haven't been sick in a while, man. Right? How come I was in the world, I always got sick, but now I don't get sick like that? Because the Lord's protecting you, brother. Man, the Lord always coming through at the right time because the Lord's protecting you, man. All right. I just got in an accident multiple times. How come I'm not dead? Because the Lord protected you, man. All right. Psalm 91 and verse 11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. It didn't say just one angel. It said angels as in plural, man. You have multiple angels running about you to keep you in your way, man. You might, I don't know, man. I don't know. You might be running from someone, I guess. Let's say, yeah, we can use this. You might be running for someone, and you somehow you get them off of you. They're not looking for you no more. That's the angels running about you. You might have Esau. Something might break out our camp. Then the Lord, that angel put subtlety in you, and you calm everything down. And the scoffer or whoever, they walk away thinking they won, but really you won. That's the angels with you. It don't always have to be physical. It can be subtlety, wisdom and things in that nature that these angels deal with man on a high level, man. You got out this one situation. You don't know how you got this one situation because the angels did that, man. They kept you out of trouble. All right. Verse 12. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone, man. You see that? The smallest of things, they still pull you out the way and you don't get hit by that truck. You might be walking. You might have a brother say, hey, watch out for that car, right? And you turn and you get out the way at that road. And guess what? That truck goes speeding past like it wasn't slowing down at all. Like Satan was in the seat driving, trying to get you, man. He did not slow down at all. But guess what? That angel, I don't want to say manipulated, but put a spirit on that brother to tell you, man. Now, yeah, the brother did that, but the angel had to put that spirit on him to tell you that, man. That's still the angel doing that, man, keeping you safe. So you got to always be spiritual aware of these things to know and give reverence to the Most High God by saving your life. Let's get 2 Kings real quick. And this is not going to be a long video, right? Let's go to 2 Kings real quick in verse 11. We're going to break this down spiritual, right, on a spiritual level. This is because 2 Kings, chapter 11, verse 4. And it reads, in the 7th year, Jehoiada sent and fetched the rulers over hundreds with the captains and the guard, and brought them to him into the house of the Lord, and made a covenant with them, and took an oath of them in the house of the Lord, and shewed them the king's son. Now, who's the king's son? And on the spiritual level, you'll be the king's son, man. Because chiefly the Most High, he is the King of Kings. Yahweh is one of the King of Kings too, but the Most High, of course, is the Most High. He's the king. You feel me? That priest, Jehoiada is the priest. Who will be the priest? Yahweh will be the priest on a spiritual level. And who's the king's son? You will be the king's son. All right, let's keep going. Verse 5. And he commanded them, saying, this is the thing that ye shall do. So the priest is giving orders to the captain and to the guards. This could be on a spiritual level. Yahweh, the priest, giving orders to the angels. Right? It says, this is the thing that ye shall do. A third part of you that enter in on the Sabbath shall even be keepers of the watch of the king's house. And a third part shall be at the gate of Sur, and a third part at the gate behind the guard. So shall ye keep the watch of the house, that it be not broken down. And 2 parts of all you that go forth on the Sabbath, even they shall keep the watch of the house of the Lord about the king. So the priest Jehoiada, if I'm saying his name correctly, he's setting things in order. He's getting the captains and the guards over here, the guards over there, putting a captain over here, all around the king, man. That's what the Lord's doing for you. Remember, the Lord's the man of war. Exodus 15 verse 3. And in war, you have a lot of strategic plans, strategies, tactics, and things of that nature that you do setting up and things of that nature, man. So that's what, on a spiritual level, Yahweh shall do for you. You got an angel over there. He's keeping watch. He's at the door of your room, right? You got an angel next to the window. You have an angel right next to your bed when you're laying down. Then you got an angel outside the house keeping watch over that. You might have an angel in a chariot just floating in the spiritual world, watching over the, having a bird eye view over everything. That's what the Lord's doing for you, man. It's not just one angel around about you. You have multiple angels as a camp, like it says in Psalm 34 and verse 7, watching about you, man. Right? It's a brotherhood. Hey, they love you, man. The Lord loves you. He's not gonna let nothing happen to you, man. All right, let's look at verse 8. And you shall compass the king round about, every man with his weapons in his hand, And he that cometh within the ranges, let him be slain. And be ye with the king as he goeth out and as he cometh in. I remember when I first read this, man. Flesh and blood did not reveal this unto me, but the Most High God which is in heaven. Hey, on a spiritual level, that can be an angel, man. These angels, hey, they can pass you about, right? And you're the king or the princess, they can pass you about, having their sword drawn out in their hand. If any demon try to come in the premises, any wicked, evildoer, wickedness come into the premises, that's where you have something called so-called awareness. The angels go ahead and tap into your brain. Hey, look, a thief is trying to break in. Go ahead and make moves. Go over here. Right? That's not a coincidence. How do I hear this bang? How do I know someone about to break in? How do I have this eerie feeling inside myself that something's bad happening right now? That's the angels giving you awareness and discernment on what's going on, man. It's not a coincidence. Because you have some people who just sleep, who just knocked out and passed out. And those thieves come in the house and shoot them while they're in the bed, man. Why does that happen? Because they didn't have the angels run about them. But all of a sudden, you woke up in the middle of the night and you start hearing people creeping in the kitchen, right? And you hop out the window, man, right? That's the angels running about you, man. Or, hey, you might even get to the point where they manifest themselves, all hell break loose, and they go back to the spiritual world, man. You never know how these things can be, but these angels, they doing work. They doing real work. And just because you can't see them don't mean nothing, man. They got their swords drawn out. Let's read that again. 2 Kings 11 and verse 8. And you shall compass the king round about, every man with his weapons in his hand, and he that cometh with the ranges, let him be slain. And be ye with the king as he goeth out and as he cometh in. So every time you go out your house, every time you go to camp, every time you go out to buy food, I don't know, go to work, those angels are with you. When you come back to the house, to the crib, to your family, to wherever you reside, to the bird nest, man, the angels are with you, man. No matter where you go out, you come in, those angels are with you. Because they're knit together with your spirit to protect your spirit. And they can't do nothing. They cannot, disobey the Most High God. Let's get that real quick. They can't disobey the Most High God. They can't be like, well, just let him die. Didn't he just go off? No, if the Lord told them to protect you, they got to protect you. And they will protect you because they don't go off. They're not like men. They're not wicked. They're not prideful. Right? They rejoice to do the Most High's will, man. This Psalm 103 and verse 20. Bless the Lord, ye his angels, that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearkening to the voice of his word. You see that? So I'm going to keep going. Verse 21. Bless ye the Lord, all ye his host, which are still the angels, ye minister of his that do his pleasure, man. So the Most High commands the angels to protect whoever's watching this right now. Guess what? They're going to be protecting them until the Most High say, look, he's not keeping my commandments no more. He's not doing what I told him to do anymore. A drawback from him. And he's going to send an evil angel upon you, man, to take your spirit away. All right? So let's go back to 2 Kings chapter 11 and verse 11. And it reads, in the guard stood every man. Again, the guard can represent, the captains can represent these angels, man. And the guard stood every man with his weapons in his hand round about the king, which is you, from the right corner of the temple to the left corner of the temple, along by the altar in the temple. So all around the temple, man, they had guards, things of that nature. Same thing with you. All around your temple, you have angels running about you, protecting you, man. And he brought forth the king's son and put the crown upon him and gave him the testimony, and they made him king and anointed him, and they clapped their hands, said, God save the king. Straight like that, man. And that's powerful. I like that account, right? I like that account because it shows you on the spiritual aspect how the Lord really set up the angels round about you, man. Yeah, that's on a physical level that actually happened, but the scriptures are double to that which is. That's Job 11 verse 6. So let's get 2 Maccabees real quick. Chapter 3 and verse 24. Now, while these angels are protecting you, they're not these. When you go on Google, you might type in Jesus Christ or angels and things of that nature. You might pop up a baby with a diaper on, shooting an arrow with the heart on it, trying to shoot it at you, right? That's not how the angels look like. These angels are so-called black men with a beard, a fierce face, austere, with woolly hair, right? Who's tall and notable in strength, man, right? let's get this real quick. Let's go to 2 Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 24. This is because 2 Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 24. And it reads, Now, as he was there present himself with his guard about the treasury, the Lord of spirits and the Prince of all power caused a great apparition, so that all that presumed to come in with him were astonished at the power of God and fainted and were sore afraid. So these men, they saw apparitions, meaning so-called hallucinations, right? Verse 25, for there appeared unto them an horse with a terrible rider upon him. Again, I did a video about the second coming. The horse is not an actual horse, it's a chariot, right? And that terrible rider upon him is an angel with a terrible rider upon him, and adorned with a very fair covering, and he ran fiercely and smote at Heliodorus with his forefeet, and it seemed that he that sat upon the horse had complete harness of gold. So these angels, they have a complete harness of gold. They have armory on, they have a sword, buckler, things of that nature, man. They're very tall, they're very strong, man. Right? Verse 26, moreover, 2 other young men appeared before him, notable in strength, excellent in beauty, and comely in apparel, who stood by him on either side, and scourged him continually, and gave him many sore stripes. So these angels can do, the Lord can send them to be evil angels amongst you to give you sore stripes, man. And those beatings are not no beatings that you probably get from your mom. She hitting you with the flip-flop, the sandal. No, they got stripes from the spiritual world to take your back out, man, right? And they're very strong, and it says they're very comely and delicate and what's it called? Beauteous, if I'm saying that correctly, beautiful, right? And things in that nature, man. So these angels are very comely. It even tells you about that with Lot in Genesis chapter 19, that those men were comely, So let's get another precept though. We're just going to go into how they really look like, man, because Google, they lie to you. These images, even on Bing, right? Bing, mozzarella. How do you say that? How do you say? Am I saying that? Mozzarella? I don't know. I don't know. But you know what I'm talking about, man. These internets, and stuff like that. You type in angels of the Lord, it's not going to pop up a man with the beard, so-called black man, a fierce man of war. It's not going to do that. It's going to pop up a white man with the diaper, right? Naked probably, man. Getting molested by somebody. That's not how they look like. Let's go to Ezekiel. I don't want to get too deep into Ezekiel, but I do want to get a few verses going into the angels. You can read it on your own time. Let me see. Bear with me. Ezekiel chapter 1 and verse 7. I'll start at verse 5, and it reads, And out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and every one had 4 faces, and every one had 4 wings. And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a cow's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. So what color is brass when it's burnt? It's the same color of Christ, Revelation 1 verse 14 and verse 15. Like he was burned in the furnace. So these angels are very dark, man, like burnt brass, burnished brass in this thing, man. They're very dark. Now, these angels are not white people, man. Stop thinking that they are white people with diapers shooting an arrow at you. That's not real. That's false. Let's get another precept though. Let's go to Daniel. All right, let's go to Daniel chapter 10 to show you that they are a man of war. Now these angels, in the spiritual world, they're men of war. They look just like us too, but they can appear on the earth as someone that look just like you, man. Just like you. They might appear unto you old, poor. You never know how they can appear to you, man. Very short or very tall. You never know how they can appear to you, man. But that's we're going to touch on that in a second. I'm gonna get this real quick though. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 10 and verse 9, and it reads, Yet heard I the voice of his words, and when I heard the voice of his words, then was I in a deep sleep on my face, and my face toward the ground, and behold, a hand touched me, which set me up upon my knees and upon the palms of my hands. And he said unto me, O Daniel, a man greatly beloved, understand the words that I speak unto thee, and stand upright, For unto thee am I now sent. And when he had spoken this word unto me, I stood trembling. Now, the angel was sent to Daniel. Daniel was fasting, right? Verse 12. Then said he unto me, fear not, Daniel, for from the first day that thou didst set thy heart to understand and to chasten thyself before thy God, thy words were heard, and I am come for thy words. But this is the point. Verse 13. But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days. But lo, Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me, and I remained there with the kings of Persia. Now, what was this angel that Michael had to help? What was he doing? He was fighting the spiritual demon Satan. Right now, you have the king of Babylon on a spiritual level, which is a high-level demon that controls this air, the prince of this world. Even Yahushua not quoted, but said in John, I want to say chapter 12. I may be wrong, but it said the prince of this world, man. The prince of this world right now would be Satan on a high level, controlling the wickedness of this world in high areas and principalities, man, like it says in Ephesians. But right there, back then, you had the what's called the high level demon. Right back then was the kingdom of Persia. That demon that this angel was fighting continually, to the point that Michael the archangel, the prince, one of the princes of the Most High God, because you got different princes in the spiritual on the spiritual world. Michael the archangel had to come and help him, man. So I want to jump down to verse. I'm gonna jump down to verse 20. Then said he, knowest thou wherefore I come unto thee? And now will I return to fight with the prince of Persia. So these angels are not just doing anything in the spiritual world. They all have different offices. Some angels are sent unto you to minister unto you. Then you have some angels that are evil angels, man. And when you read Revelation, you have certain angels that's bound in the river Euphrates just to dry it up. You have different offices. Like in a company, the CEO, guess what? He's the CFO, of course. Then you have an associate. He may be doing computer work, selling things, but the janitor, he's not on a computer. He's not talking to customers. He's cleaning. He's mopping. He's scrubbing down things, man. They're not doing the same work. Same thing in this context in the spiritual world, man. You have some people you have some angels, Salakia, some angels that's made to minister unto you. You have some angels that cause evil on the earth. You have some angels to do this, that, and the third, man. All right? I'm going to read it again. Daniel chapter 10 and verse 20. Then said he, knowest thou wherefore I come unto thee? And now will I return to fight with the prince of Persia. And when I am go forth, lo, the prince of Grecia shall come. But I will shew thee that which is noted in the scripture of truth. And there is none that holdeth with me in these things, but Michael your prince. I like that verse. I don't know why. I just like that. But what's it called? He said, there's no one that holdeth with me, meaning fighting with me, contending with me, except Michael your prince. And Michael, I think his name means who is like unto God. He's like a general, man. He's like one of